What's up? I'm sorry I'm a little late. Let's wait for some peeps to join. I love you guys so much. I'm so glad that you're here. What's up? How are you all? How's this Sunday night treating you? What is up? Hello, everyone. I'm so glad that, wow, 145 people. I am blown away, shocked. I've just had a lot of people lately ask, I feel like on Twitter and on Instagram, me to do a live video, especially for people who are maybe wanting to learn guitar or, you know, like how to start, where to like, how do you know what guitar you should get or what pedals you should get, or just really simple basics. And I really just want to get on and talk to you guys about that because I think it's so cool that there's so many of you that want to learn and want to know how to play and get into music. So I thought, you guys are so awesome. Okay, so I thought I'd start off by telling you my story of how I started playing guitar and how I got into it in the first place. So when I was like 7, I think like 7 or 8, around there, I used to sneak into my basement, and my dad had this acoustic guitar that he got when he was like 16 and never really learned how to play. Didn't really know how to play it, but I remember it would sit in the unfinished basement. It was kind of scary. And it would sit in its case, and I would run into the basement, and I'd unhook just like one of the clips of the case, and I'd like try to play the guitar, and I was so curious about it. But I, for some reason, thought I was going to get in trouble. I don't know why. So I would lock it really quick, and I would run back upstairs before my parents would like find out that I did that. And then one day, my dad caught me down there trying to play it, and he said, "Let's bring it upstairs." So we brought it up, and my dad only knew how to play like the very beginning of Sweet Home Alabama. So I learned like the first few notes of that, and then just from then on, I would just sit on my couch every day and figure it out. And I was self-taught. I had brothers that played. My oldest brother is in a band called Desert Noises, and he is the singer-songwriter of that band. My other brother was the drummer in that band for a while. So I grew up with brothers in bands and started to form my own band. My first band ever was called Broken String. We were all 8 and 9 years old. We killed it. It was awesome. Until I forced my friends to learn how to play instruments so that they would be in a band with me. And until I finally met McKenna in junior high, and then heard about their band called the Blue Aces, and I started to hang out with them, and I was like, okay, these guys are cool. And we would hang out a lot, and we became like really good friends. And then one day they came over to my house. I was like, hey guys, come check out my basement. And like they came downstairs and saw that I had this whole band room set up, and they're like, what? I had no idea I even played guitar. And we just started jamming, and it was kind of just like magic, and it's been that way ever since. So hence the Blue Aces, and then we became the Aces, and the rest is history. But that's kind of how I started playing. I took lessons for like 1 month one time to learn, because I really wanted to learn how to read tab sheets, and I wanted to learn how to do scales and get better that way. So I started doing that, but it only lasted for about a month because my teacher moved away. So I've kind of just been teaching myself ever since. I just wanted to see if you guys have, first off, any questions that you want me to answer right off the bat before I kind of show you. A lot of you asked me to show you guys my pedal board, and kind of just show you a couple tips on the guitar. But do any of you have any questions that you want to start off with? You guys are so awesome. I'm so glad that you're all here. You guys, moguls. We are all moguls in this together. I'm so excited for tour. Tour is going to be awesome. First show is February 8th. We start in Seattle. and our last show is Salt Lake City on March 16th. I do know how to play other instruments than guitar. I started out because I had one of my brothers was a drummer. I learned how to play drums at a really young age too, so I played guitar, drums. My mom is like an amazing piano player. She's like a concert pianist. Tried to teach me how to read notes, didn't want to do that, so I just kind of learned how to teach myself, and I just did everything by ear. And so I played piano, guitar, drums. I can work my way on the bass, but yeah, so I play a few. What's my most recent dream? Oh my gosh, guys, I had a really insane dream. I had a dream. The thing is, I don't know if any of you will know this, but a good friend that we just met in LA, his name's Rupert, I had a dream that he ended up taking all of us to a Barcelona soccer game, and it was also Christmas Day, so we had Christmas on the field, and then after we had Christmas, all the players came out, and then we watched the game, and then after the game, we all celebrated Christmas together with the team. It didn't make any sense, but dreams, just got them all, and they're crazy, but it's alright. It's just my mind is so insane. My favorite guitarist, I don't know if I can say I have a favorite, but probably my top two are Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys and Jack White. I was in your dream last night? Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. Have I tried the milk that Kennan's making? No, I haven't, but I'm going to tomorrow, so I'll have to do a story and let you guys know how it is. But it's kind of she's always making some organic something that's actually always turns out incredible, so she should start her own business one day. Who inspires me? I have a lot of inspirations. I have inspirations musically. I have inspirations who are musicians. Like I said, I think for some reason Jack White is so intriguing to me. He has his own record company. He has his own record store, which is also a studio. I think what I love about him the most is as soon as you hear a Jack White song, you know it's him. You know his tone. He created something that is so unique and so him. And I've always wanted to emulate that in the way where when you hear a song, you know it's me. You know it's my tone. You know it's how I play. And I think that's one of the coolest things you can do as an artist or as a musician is create a tone or a sound that is just you. And everybody knows it's you as soon as they hear it. My favorite color is green, shockingly, but I love a nice forest green. I don't know. That's my fave color. What was my favorite song to hear live on the Meet You There tour? That tour was so awesome. My favorite song was their intro, Babylon. I don't know what it was. I seriously, every single night, would run to the side of the stage and watch, their intro just start going and, their lights and this, just this feeling that happened as soon as their intro started going. And then when they would walk on stage, the screams were so unbearable. It was so inspiring. And then they would go into Babylon, and it was just this epic, rock song. I don't know, but it was so amazing to watch live, and it was really inspiring. So that was my, favorite thing to watch on that tour. You guys are so awesome. Okay, so I am going to show you now. A lot of you have been asking to see my pedal board and to kind of go through and show you how it works. So let's flip this around. My cute little socks. So my pedal board, I feel to me at least, seems pretty simple and basic, but I'm just going to kind of show you guys what each one does and just why I like them. So obviously I first have my tuner. Second, this is a compressor. I love my compression pedal, and I actually always leave it on. I never take that off because it just gives a nice clean sound, and it just really brings my whole sound together. Most people have one, but definitely an essential, I think, to have, and one of my favorite my favorite pedals, just because of the way it controls my sound. This right here can be used as like an overdrive, but I mostly just use it as a boost. I play it on like choruses or just parts where I want a little bit of like to accentuate some parts. I usually use that. This is my Crossroads. It's my overdrive pedal, my distortion pedal that I use on all my solos. This pedal I got at a tiny music store in my hometown, and it's kind of old and really fuzzy. You won't see, I feel like I've never really seen a lot of people with this pedal, but for some reason it works for me, and I love it, and it's kind of old, but it makes a really cool distorted sound, so I use that on all my solos. This is a chorus pedal, kind of gives like a nice 70s funk sound, so I love that. This is my Hall of Fame. It's basically just a reverb pedal, so it gives it a nice airy mist. I love that pedal. It also has like different slap sounds and can do a lot of cool things. This is my kind of slap sound pedal that gives me just like a little bit, that light, so insane. It gives me just like a nice slap on all of my songs. I leave that pedal on as well through everything, as well as my chorus. I think this pedal, my chorus, and my compression pedal, really those three are what I leave on and what really helps me create my like tone for all the songs. This is one of my favorite pedals. It's a tap tempo delay. So I'll tap the tempo of the song and then turn it on, and then you'll get a delay. I don't know if you can hear that, but you'll get like a nice cool delay sound on that. This cool little guy was given to me by Roland. Shout out to Roland. It's a guitar synthesizer, so as you can see, it says strong enough. So what I've done is I've created basically a synth for that song, and what I can do is it has like a million different channels. Here, let me show you. So it's like really insane. But basically what you can do is using all these different tones that it has, you can create your own tone by mixing them together. And so as you can see, like I've made one for Holiday and I made one for Strong Enough. I'm still honestly like trying to figure out that pedal because it's so complex. But I think that's been one of my favorite pedals lately to like experiment with. It's really new. I just got it a couple months ago. And yeah, so that's kind of my little setup. Probably will change. I've had this setup for a while minus the Roland pedal, but I think I'm kind of considering changing it up a little bit for the next tour, but we'll see. But yeah, it's like simple. I think a lot of you have been asking me like, what pedal should I get and like what's most important to have, and I don't know that I necessarily have the right answer for that, but I just think like no matter what, your ears are the best judge for anything. So whatever you feel like, like when you're playing and you're testing it out, trust your ears and trust your instinct, because you're going to be the best judge of what you want. No matter what, like, the price tag is, like, it doesn't matter. I feel like most people think if it's really expensive, then it's the best, but I disagree. I think that you can find things no matter what price it is. If you love it, then you love it. So that's all that matters. So yeah, there's my pedal board. This is a guitar I have that I've been playing right now. It's Jazz Master from Fender. They sent it to me because they're so awesome. And I really, really, really love this guitar. I have like the smallest hands on the planet, so I feel like I'm constantly trying to find a guitar that has like the right neck size that like feels comfortable for me, and just like trying to always constantly experiment. But for some reason this neck actually feels really nice to me, and I really have loved it so far, and the sound that it gives is just so awesome. But like this guy behind me, that's a knockoff, but that guitar was like $250. or 300, I don't know. And honestly, still like one of my favorite guitars. I feel like a lot of people feel like they need to have the most amazing like guitar or most expensive guitar for it to be good. I just feel like it's not true, and it doesn't matter what it costs as long as you love it. Whether that's expensive or cheap, as long as you love it, that's all that matters. So I hope that helps a little bit in that category. Do you guys have any other questions that you want me to answer before I kind of show you some tips about playing, or like just kind of what helped me initially get going? It's kind of weird doing Instagram Live all by myself. I've never done it before. I feel like I should like have someone to talk to, but here we are. We're all in this together. You guys are so awesome. I just feel like I can't believe that there's so many of you watching. Hello, all my mogul girlies. I love you all so much. Okay, I'm going to show you guys some tips and just a few things that were showed to me that really changed the game for me. Again, I'm not a guitar teacher. I'm not going to pretend that I'm a guitar teacher, so I just wanted to like show a few tips that hopefully maybe it helps you as much as it helped me. And I hope that you guys can all find, whether it's a guitar teacher or like a site or something that can help you get going on how to really learn how to play if that's what you're interested in. So let me set this guy here. Okay. So I'm going to ask what my first guitar was. My first guitar ever was, it was a black and white Strat, Fender Strat. It was so awesome. I had an amp that clipped around my waist, so I could like run around the house and be playing and like the amp like on my waist, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was probably like 8 years old or something. Okay, so a couple things that, you know, obviously there's like the basics of like learning your notes and like practicing those things, and just getting to know guitar in general. But for a couple of you like beginners, one thing that like really got me going and really helped me a lot was learning scales. So there's like your major scale, there's a bunch of different scales, and what I would do is I would get a metronome and I would start at a really low time, and I would just slowly bump it up until I got faster and faster and faster, and I would practice it every single day. So like for a major scale, I'd be like, and then I would go faster until I could stay with the metronome at a faster pace, faster tempo. There's metronome apps for your phone. I'm sure you could find one on your computer, anything really. They're really accessible, and I think that's honestly like the best way to really practice getting faster and pushing yourself and honestly to just stay on a time, I think is good too. So like I said, just using like a metronome and learning to get faster. Until you can just like kind of push yourself and just use that metronome to push yourself to get faster and work harder. And that really helped me with my fingering. It helped me get quicker. It helped me learn to solo. Another thing that I really liked, or another thing that I do to practice a lot, is that's really simple, is just finding your notes all over the fretboard. So like E, for example, you find all your E's. Oh, sorry. And just finding them all over the fretboard, and then like go to G and just find all of your G's, etc., and find them all over the neck, and just go through each note and find them all, and find the patterns, and I think that really helped me get to know the neck of the guitar, and obviously there's so many other things that would really help you. But just for like 2 basic tips for those of you who are wanting to start, those are 2 things that really helped me and really helped me just get to know the neck better and get quicker as a player and just improve. But yeah, I think it's really easy for people to feel really intimidated, whether that's like learning an instrument or really anything that you're trying to go into. I know it's really easy to be intimidated, but I think, if you're wanting to learn guitar, the one thing you have to do is play every day. If you don't do anything else, just play every single day. And try to just learn something new, whether you do it for 1 minute, half an hour, an hour, whatever it is. I just encourage you to play every single day. And I feel like I have so much to learn, and I do have so much to learn to improve and get better. And I even feel intimidated sometimes, and it's really easy to get in that position. But I think just remember that you're not the only one feeling that way, and everybody's just trying to do their best. And if you really love it, don't let anyone stop you and just go for it. No matter how much people tell you you can't, or you can't afford it, or whatever, I really think that everybody can find a way, and everybody can do what they love if they just push themselves to do it. Like me, for example, I'm really trying to get into production, and I'm finally building just a little setup. It's nothing huge, nothing crazy, but I feel like I'm really finally getting to a place where I can start to write and be creative here just in my bedroom. And it's easy to feel intimidated today there with everyone having access to technology, and just maybe feeling oh man, everybody's better than me at this, or it's so hard to try to learn all this because it's so complex. Just do one thing every day and try to learn something new every single day to get better. And don't be afraid about feeling afraid. I think if you're feeling afraid, that means you're doing something that's pretty awesome. So I hope that all of you can feel that kind of empowerment and just go for it. And I love meeting all of you guys at shows when you guys come up to me and tell me, that you're learning, or I've had a lot of you come up to me and say, I stopped playing guitar for a long time, but I watched you play and I'm going to start again. And that, seriously, that means the world to me. I can't tell you what that means to have people say that to me. And I hope that you all, I'm just a simple gal from Orem, Utah. I am nothing special. I just love to play the guitar, and I love to make music, and I love to create, and I love to perform more than anything, and I love to meet you all. If anything, just meeting you guys is the most amazing thing and the most amazing opportunity that I feel like I get to have. So we're all in this together, and I hope that you guys all just want to learn and do something new every day, whether that's, even if it's scary. So there's a few little tips. I hope that that helps a little bit. If you guys have any other questions, on Twitter, or maybe you can DM on this video after I post it, I'll really try to answer some of those and help you guys out in any way that I can. Again, thank you so much for all of your support for the Aces. I think, we just feel like we have such an opportunity to get to know so many of you and get to, inspire so many, especially young women. And it's just time for all of us to go after what we love. So I hope that, I hope this was a good vid for all you guys. Again, I'm going to try to, read all your comments, read all your questions, answer anything that I can. Thanks for watching this simple gal just in her little tiny bedroom. Have a good Sunday night, and I should do this more often. I will do this more often. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. See you later.